More than 1,300 tech industry leaders, researchers, and others are now asking for a pause in the development of artificial intelligence to consider the risks.
Well, the worst case scenario is obviously that we humans gradually lose more and more control over our civilization.
I think we need to regulate AI safety, frankly, because it is, I think, actually a bigger risk to society than cars or planes or rockets.
The 29th of March 2023 might go down in history as the day we tried to stop the runaway train from diving off the cliff. Tried and completely failed. 30,000 industry leaders have signed an open letter begging for a pause in the development of AI. It's moving too fast. The consensus? We're not ready for what's already here, let alone what is coming. But why? Surely big tech wants nothing more than to usher in the era of AI, an era they are driving straight towards at breakneck speed. Like Frankenstein's monster, the creators have become scared of their creations. As with anything exponential, the progress is incredibly slow at the start. The field of AI has been taking steps so small that it almost looks like no progress has been happening at all. And then, in the early 2010s, companies like DeepMind demonstrated progress and seemingly jumped forward incredibly quickly. What did they achieve? You might not think much of it, but they managed to beat the world champion of the board game, Go. Go is an incredibly complex game, one that was considered out of the realm of computer science accomplishments for many years. Go might seem similar to chess, but it is in fact significantly more complex and can't be brute forced in the same way a chess game can. No computer could handle the sheer number of possible moves and permutations of gameplay. It wasn't possible to solve like they did with chess, until AlphaGo and their pioneering deep learning techniques. So why again now? 2018 saw the release of GPT-1. There was no huge calamity. 2019 GPT-2 was released. Again, no issues. 2020 GPT-3 was released. There were many articles written about how impressive it was, but for most people, it wasn't remotely usable. 2022 GPT 3.5 was released in the form of ChatGPT, and it became the fastest growing product in history. Then in 2023, GPT-4 was released, and panic ensued. So why is this one model causing so many issues and creating such problems? In short, because GPT-4 is the closest we've come to artificial general intelligence. It was the first tool that could outperform humans at multiple tasks in many different vocations. Not all humans, not all vocations, but the adaptability was higher than anything that had come before it. It is intelligent in a raw, basic kind of way. Let's look at what experts are warning, what they want to happen, and whether anything will stop the relentless march of technological progress. Across the globe, more and more voices are speaking up about their fears of AI advancement. Experts fear that as an AI arms race heats up, humanity is sleepwalking into catastrophe. The open letter that mainstreamed this conversation was penned by the Future of Life Institute, a non-profit organization on a mission to reduce global catastrophic and existential risks from powerful technologies. Max Tegmark, the president of the institute, warns that although the current AI systems are still well short of AGI, the biggest danger lies in what they could lead to. That is, if we don't slow down, kind of like sounding the alarm about nuclear systems in 1944 before they were fully developed. Fittingly, in a year of a film on Oppenheimer, we are comparing the current advancements in AI to those of 80 years ago. Christopher Nolan would definitely want you to give that like button a nudge. Tegmark is not alone in his fears. More than 30,000 other people hold the same sentiments. Leading the pack are big names like Elon Musk and Steve Wozniak. There are also at least 4 Google employees, including 3 from DeepMind, as well as thousands of AI's finest academics, industry experts, and AI luminaries. The letter warned that AI could be the most powerful tool in history, but it could also be the most dangerous. Even the godfather of AI, Geoffrey Hinton, has already resigned as one of Google's lead AI researchers to freely speak out about the risks of AI. His pioneering work on deep learning and neural networks has paved the way for current AI systems like ChatGPT, but now he's worried that AI might surpass the human brain's capabilities. Dr. Hinton said, "Given the rate of progress, we expect things to get better quite fast, so we need to worry about that. Right now, they're not more intelligent than us as far as I can tell, but I think they soon may be." A part of him, he said, now regrets his life's work. Joining this choir of warnings is OpenAI's Sam Altman himself. Although he didn't sign the open letter, during a Congress hearing, he stressed the importance of regulators and society being involved to guard against potential negative consequences of AI for humanity. Sam Altman said, "We understand that people are anxious about how it can change the way we live. We are too. If this technology goes wrong, it can go quite wrong." And let's not forget Elon Musk, who tweeted, There is no regulatory oversight of AI, which is a major problem. I've been calling for AI safety regulation for over a decade in December last year. Gnawing at many industry insiders is a fear that they are releasing something dangerous into the wild. If you create Luigi, you inadvertently give birth to Waluigi at the same time. While contemporary AI systems are becoming increasingly human competitive at general tasks, there's also a darker side to this advancement: misinformation and job disruption. Goldman Sachs published a note that claims 300 million jobs will be affected by generative AI, and 7% of jobs could be eliminated. A separate study from academics at Penn goes even further, claiming that 87% of jobs could be heavily impacted by AI. In light of these concerns, the open letter stresses that we ask ourselves, should we let machines flood our information channels with propaganda and untruth? Should we automate away all the jobs, including the fulfilling ones? Should we develop non-human minds that might eventually outnumber, outsmart, obsolete, and replace us? Should we risk the loss of control of our civilization? And they believe that a 6-month pause on the training of AI systems more powerful than GPT-4 is the only band-aid solution for humanity right now. There is remarkable cooperation in the intent of the letter, if not necessarily its exact wording. Gary Marcus, a professor at New York University, says, "The letter isn't perfect, but the spirit is right. We need to slow down until we better understand the ramifications." Emad Mostak, CEO of Stability AI, also signed, but only in the spirit of kicking off an important discussion on transparency, coordination, and better governance. He says in a tweet, "I don't think a 6-month pause is the best idea or agree with everything, but there are some interesting things in that letter." The alternative view looks at the letter as one focused on companies' self-interest. They recognize the extreme value of AI technology and want others to be halted in developing it so they can capitalize on it more. They call for a halt on models more powerful than GPT-4, but fail to address the numerous concerns surrounding GPT-4. Professor Emily M. Bender at the University of Washington takes issue with the letter, arguing that it misuses her research. Yes, this headlong rush to develop LLMs without fully considering the risks is essentially a bad thing. But the risks she speaks of have never been about some too powerful AI scenario, but rather about the concentration of power in the hands of certain individuals or entities. So, there is essentially misdirection on the letter's part. These far-fetched questions about AI replacing humans and taking over civilization are just dripping heavily with AI hype. Take note, AI is already integrated into various aspects of our lives today, impacting jobs and reshaping industries without being a non-human mind that will make us obsolete. While the letter acknowledges valid long-term concerns, it distracts us from addressing the immediate and tangible harms, including the very real information security and safety risks of AI. Sasha Lucioni, a research scientist at Hugging Face, suggests the need for more transparency regarding training data and the capabilities of large language models, or legislation regarding where and when they can be used. Recently, the US reached agreements with companies like Microsoft, OpenAI, and Google to include stamps or digital fingerprints in their output, so content that has been created by AI can easily be identified. On the 21st of July, 7 leading AI joined a commitment with the US government in the regulation of AI. Firstly, they agreed to security testing of their AI systems by internal and external experts before their release. Secondly, ensuring that people are able to spot AI by implementing watermarks in generated content. Thirdly, publicly reporting AI capabilities and limitations on a regular basis. And lastly, researching the risks such as bias, discrimination, and the invasion of privacy. There are many issues with this, and this will not solve the problem. However, it is a step in the right direction. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button if you haven't already. Become a legend and subscribe to Tectonic Shift for all the latest developments in the groundbreaking worlds of AI. If you ring the notification bell, you'll never miss the latest news. Thank you for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.